Hey everybody, this is TJR. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. And I thought I was going to need more time on this, but have realized that I'm ready now. I want to discuss the 2018 remix of Animals by Pink Floyd. On Friday, I did post a video where I did an unboxing, showed everything, discussed my thoughts on the aesthetics, the visual aspect of it. But today I just want to talk about the actual remix. Reactions to this new remix have been mostly positive from what I've seen so far. There have been a few negative opinions expressed on it, but mostly it's been positive. For my review, however, though, I'm going to be jumping around from track to track, but I am going to start with the opening track, Pigs on the Wing. Now, let me start with the opening acoustic guitar. I don't know if it's Roger Waters or if it's David Gilmour playing the acoustic on this opening track. For some reason, I just want to think that it's actually Roger Waters. But whoever it is, they are using what I refer to as an alternate strumming technique that helps simulate the feel of a bass along with the acoustic guitar, even though it's all just acoustic guitar. Now, the use of this technique I began to notice was much more pronounced in this new mix. That was the first thing I noticed. Also, Roger Waters' vocals feel much more in front, and also I want to add a bit less processed. The same goes for David Gilmour's vocals on Dogs. Now, Dogs is Gilmour's only vocal performance on the entire album. It is, however, a 17-minute song, though. And in the original mix, there's a lot of delay on David Gilmour's vocals. This delay was always very textural sounding and not well defined. You probably felt it more than you actually heard it. Now, normally vocal effects like delay and reverb are added to both sweeten the vocal track, but also to help bring the vocals more out in front than the other instruments. With this new remix, it appears that the opposite approach has been taken in regards to all the vocals. Much of the delay and reverb effects used on the original sound more stripped back in this new mix. The vocals sound drier, but this actually works for what it's trying to accomplish. The only exception to this, of course, is that during the passages in the original, where those effects were used in a more exaggerated manner in order to add emphasis and drama to specific lyrical passages, on those passages you will still hear those dramatic effects, but you will find that they are used with a bit more precision and a bit more showmanship. A good example is during Dogs, when David Gilmour sings the line, "with a firm hand shake." As I listened to this new mix on this particular passage, I found that I could literally hear the different layers of delay on David Gilmour's voice. Now, overall, on this album, the drums feel more separated and distinct from the rest of the band. Compare the bass drum sound at the 2-minute and 30-second mark on Pigs, 3 of them, for an idea of what I'm talking about. The bass drum is absolutely explosive on this section in the new mix. Also, there are so many moments on the original mix where the bass guitar feels muted and even a bit anemic. By comparison, these same moments feel deeper and more like a real bass guitar is actually playing in the room than on the original. Overall, the various layers of tracks feel more distinguishable, whereas by comparison, all these layers felt a bit more compressed and laid on top of each other in the original mix. Now, when I listen to any piece of recorded music that is multi-tracked, I listen, like most people do, to the overall mix, taking in all the different instruments as they move back and forth in prominence within the song. This is how we are supposed to listen to recorded music, but sometimes I personally like to focus on just one specific instrument, like say maybe the bass guitar, and concentrate on just that instrument's musical journey during the song. This new mix makes it so much easier now for my ears to distinguish the different instruments and makes following that single instrument, if I choose to do so, a whole lot easier. I also want to add that the aggressive guitar riff at the ending of Sheeps, that's the part that goes da 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 da. That part rings out so crystal clear and bell-like now. And again, the bass, which once felt muted, now feels like a real bass guitar is in the room. One thing, though, that feels like it's still, for the most part, sitting in the same place it was in the original mix is Richard Wright's keyboards. There were a few instances where I did notice some difference in how the keyboard sounded, but overall it feels like it was the keyboards that were tweaked the least in this remix. I would say that overall, the original mix sounds lo-fi when compared to this new mix. And yet, with all this said, I have to consider a comment left by one of the viewers to this channel. James Wilson, who comments quite a bit, had this to say, and I want to share this with you. I compared the 2018 mix with the original mix, and while the new mix sounds better and clearer to me, I think it loses the drama, ambience, and the ominous feel of the original mix. And I think that was Roger Waters' original intention. If I had to pick one, I'd go for the original mix. If you want to listen to it as an album for optimal sound quality, the new 2018 mix is better. But if you want to hear it as a dramatic conceptual piece, go for the original mix. And first of all, James, thanks for the comments. I felt this way about the remix for All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. I felt that stripping away a lot of the Phil Spector production definitely let you hear the vocals more front and center, and at times added a real immediacy and intimacy, but it took away some of the mysticism and otherworldliness of the original. And I felt this pretty early on in my examination of that remix from 2020. Now, I can't say that I feel completely this way about this new remix of Animals as yet. But before finishing this review, I did another A to B comparison to the section in Dogs where David Gilmour sings, "You gotta keep one eye looking over your shoulder. You know it's going to get harder and harder and harder as you get older. And in the end, you'll pack up and fly down south. Hide your head in the sand, just another sad old man, alone and dying of cancer." Pretty heavy stuff. So even though everything is much more distinct in the new mix, and at times also more powerful sounding, there is a certain way that Animals was musically painted in its original mix. And some of that was done to serve the conceptual and emotional themes of the album. Now, I am still growing and living with this new mix, and I have enjoyed it a lot. But I do have to wonder if after the novelty wears off, I might feel similar, that the original mix better captures the emotional and intellectual themes behind the album better than this newer mix. James, that was a very insightful comment. I want to say thank you, but don't ever do that again, bro. I don't need the competition.
I'm just kidding!
Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Please leave a comment. As always, if you like the type of content that I create here, please be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. And also, I want to now thank my Patreon supporters who are helping me make more videos. If you'd like to help me and show an extra level of support, please go to patreon.com/TJR the original. Patrons do receive access to exclusive weekly videos that are not available here on the channel, and they get their names in the credits. But mostly, I just want to thank you for being here, for watching, and for making it to the end of the video. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.